Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful. Oh yeah, that's a rainy sky. Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the rain and how basically that is money falling from the sky. So I realized as I was driving home from the grocery store that I complain a lot about the cold and the rain and this and that. And I don't do it so much because I'm a complainer. I guess I do it because, well, I don't know why I do it. Do you do that? So anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm like, God causes it to rain. And then all this grass starts growing. But it's not just the grass. Let me explain why. Right now, especially in Atlanta, it's been very wet, and it normally is in the spring. So what happens when it's wet and cool here, which it has been, we get the poa annua. Yeah, there's poa annua. It's even in my yard. It is bad. It is in everybody's yard. I don't care what kind of grass you have. 90% of our grass is Bermuda. But I don't know if I've seen a yard that doesn't have poa annua. Down the street, my neighbor's yard on the corner, his lawn normally has 0 weeds in it. None at all. And it is absolutely full of poa annua right now. So last year, we had this same thing happen, except it was warm, right? So around the end of March, it was like during the day, it was like 80, 82, 83. It was really warm. So when that happens, when it's really wet and warm in the spring, we will get annual bluegrass or annual ryegrass. That stuff is even worse than the poa annua. So it just depends. If it's cool, this year it's cooler. So the temperatures have been bouncing around between 70 to 80, dipping down in the 60s for a couple of days. So this Atlanta weather is just bipolar. It's just the way there's no rhyme or reason to it. So today we got rained out. So yesterday we had a really good day. We got all of the yards done and we got a cleanup done, which I didn't video that, but we did pine straw. We were out almost till 6 o'clock yesterday evening. And I wanted to get that done because I knew that the weather forecast was talking about three days of rain in a row. Now, one day, it's not too bad. We can pretty much make that up because today's Tuesday. I had two customers cancel for today's service, but we've been not able to mow at all. It was just, the ground is too mushy. My yard is always a good gauge. It's not actually squishing. What you doing, Mr. Squirrel? Look at that fat squirrel. But this is what I always look at right here. You get up on my roof. Get off there, boy. That's a big old fat one too. All right, anyway, but as you can see, it's just, it's really mushy. Even though I got the Trim Star, I'm not gonna put it on people's yards if it's that mushy because I don't want to take the chance of doing that to yards. Now, I didn't do that, the squirrel did that, but you know what I'm talking about. It won't make ruts and it's not going to get stuck, but sometimes I just have a gut feeling about not putting the mower on the yard. So here's the deal, right? It stopped raining about 10 or 11. It's been sprinkling a little here on and off. And normally, if you can see the street, when the street starts drying or the pavement starts to dry, that would be my go-ahead that we can go ahead and go do some mowing. but it's going to be raining again here in another hour or two. Excuse me. And we're just not going to do it. So we're going to take all of today's yards and put them on tomorrow. However, it's supposed to rain again tonight up until maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. So if we get a lot of rain, the soil's gonna be mushy again. 2 days of rain out. I don't know if we can catch that up. And what I don't like to do is to push yards to the next week, because right now I like to take care of any backlog we have in the same week. It's not supposed to rain Friday or Saturday, so it looks like if it doesn't rain tomorrow, if we can get the yards done, we can get caught up. But it's supposed to rain Thursday as well, so I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. If we can't mow tomorrow and we can't mow Thursday, we're in trouble. Because I don't think we can catch them all up Friday and Saturday. I don't know. We would definitely have to work Friday and Saturday. If we couldn't, then it would mess up all of next week. And I use Yardbook, and I've already got everything scheduled. I've got stuff on reoccurring. So in order to push everything down a week would be not fun. Anyway, so all that to say that we're going to do our best, but we're not going to get mad at the rain. We're going to just thank God for it, that it causes these weeds to grow. Oh my goodness. Listen, even today, my phone has been ringing off the hook, because when this stuff starts growing, these dandelions are popping up, and it's just the condition of people's yards right now. They start panicking, because most of these neighborhoods around here are HOA neighborhoods. And like yesterday, the cleanup that we did, they were getting ready to get a fine from their HOA because of the bushes, and there was no mulch. It was just lava rock, and the grass was overgrown. But we got it all straightened out, and thank goodness they're going to be a regular mowing customer of ours, bi-weekly for this season. So that way they don't have to pay a fine, and we got a happy customer, which is what we like. But yeah, so tell me what you guys, I know I've discussed before a day of rain. Tell me what happens if you guys have 2 or 3 rainouts, 2 or 3 days in a row. The most I've ever had is an entire week. And that's kind of easy, because you just push the whole week down, and it messes up everything from there on out, because you can't catch a week. It's impossible. So you just move everything down, and the people that are in the next week, they just have to understand that the week previous messed them up, and so everybody goes pretty much 3 weeks without having their grass cut. And if that happens in the summer, oh man, you're talking about when this Bermuda gets 6-8 inches tall, because we normally cut Bermuda around here between 2 and 2 1/4. Almost all of our yards we're cutting at 2 inches right now. For my yards, I do have some that are weekly. I keep them at 2 inches because it's possible. But the yards that are bi-weekly, we have to raise it up maybe 2.5 inches in the summer, because it just grows. And people, it's just weird. People around here, they don't want weekly service. It's not a thing. It's just like bagging is not a thing around here. They don't care if their yard gets 8 inches tall. They will not pay for weekly service, or they'll want you to just cut it in half, which is ridiculous. But anyway, bi-weekly is what it is. And I think there are some advantages to bi-weekly. But anyway, tell me down in the comments, tell me what you guys would do if you had 2 or 3 days in a row of rainouts. Are you going to try to get them all done that week, or are you going to push some of them over to the next week and mess that week up? So I would really like to understand and know what you guys are doing. And hopefully we will be able to get out and mow tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, I have been running the Speed Feed 450 and 500 heads. I've got videos on them. And initially when I did, I did a comparison between the 450 and the 500 head, and how much I like the 500 for a variety of reasons, but I'm starting not to like them so much. Starting to have a few issues. And there's been some videos out that the 500 heads are having problems with the line melting inside from the heat transfer. The design of the center, well, the design of the whole thing is a little bit different, but the design in the center of the Speed Feed 500 head is transferring a lot of the heat to the spool inside, and it's causing some of the lines to melt. Now, I don't know if it's because of the line that I'm using. I am not having as many problems as a lot of people. And plus, I think some of it is also that I'm using 0.130 line, which is really big, and you got to put a massive amount of heat in there to melt the line. I think a lot of these guys that are having Speed Feed 500 head problems are probably using 0.095 line. I don't know, but I'm just assuming the smaller the line diameter, the easier it is, it's going to be able to weld itself together. I'm having a little bit of a problem with the 130 line if I'm running the trimmer a lot. I like the 500 head. After using it, I'm perfectly fine with the 450s. The 450s hold a little bit less trimmer line, which I don't care. You know, I still basically put about 10 feet of 0.130 line in there anyway. And I never have any problems ever with the line getting that hot in a 450. So my plan is, okay, let me tell you this first. So I have tried to find some 450 heads. Every time I've ordered them, what did I receive? This has happened twice already, and I've already sent them back both times. I get the 500 heads. They're advertising them as 450, and they give me the 500 heads, and they're completely different part number. So one of my local dealers here supposedly has like 13 of the Speed Feed 450 heads. So I don't know why they're so hard to find, and they're more expensive than the 500s, but I don't know. You guys that are using the Speed Feed heads, are you having problems with the Speed Feed 500? Are you running the 450s or the 400s? I don't like the 400s. As soon as I get them, I have a bunch of brand new ones. I take them right off and put the 450s on there. That's what I've always done because I need to run the bigger line and I want to hold a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just, if you're going to run 095 line, it's okay, it's fine. I mean, they work, they're tried and true. Same thing with the 450, but the 500s, if I can find two heads, I'm gonna take them off. I'm gonna take my 500 heads off and put the 450s on there and just run nothing but 450s. So until they get the situation corrected. Like I said, there's a couple things that I like about the 500s over the 450s, but it's not enough to make me want to deal with having to open the cap and all that to try to get the line out. So I'll just be perfectly happy with the 450s. Anyway, guys, that is all I wanted to talk to you guys about. If you will put your reply down in the comment below and let me know about those two questions I asked you, I will see you guys on the next video.